in the day gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and today I'm coming at you with some more pickups. These pickups just happen to be from way back in November because unfortunately my hard drive took a crap, had to get a new computer, finally got one, so it's time to fight my way through the backlogs of videos and these piles of games sitting here, cluttering up my room so I can play them and put them away. Before we do that, it's normal to crack open a beer. So let's, where'd I put my beer? Oh, that's right. Our first pickup is a gift from Tom and Lacey over at Do You Nerd. That would be, this snazzy 6-pack beer holder right here. Yeah, how about that? This thing is pretty sweet. Thanks a lot, you guys. I'll be using that in all of my upcoming video games. Monthly videos will come in handy. Today we're cracking open a beer I am extremely skeptical about. It's from the Roke Brewing Company in Royal Oak, Michigan. It is called Who We See Sour Ale with Cold Brewed Coffee. I predict disaster. Since I'm back in the day gamer, I busted out this cup from way back in the day. An old Andre the Giant mug. My wife hates this cup, but I keep it still. This beer, it can't be anything but disgusting. First, it's a sour. I've only had a couple of sours in my life, and I didn't care for any of them. And it's mixed with cold brewed coffee. It smells like coffee. I like coffee. I don't think I'm gonna like this. I don't hate it. It tastes like sour coffee. It could be worse. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. That's alright. It's alright. Okay, alright, it's drinkable. Okay, let's jump into the games. Let's start off with two, count them, super good games. They're not heavy hitters because they weren't expensive, but we got a couple Super Famicom imports over here. First one is this guy. So we'll just skip trying to pronounce this one, but it's definitely a cool side-scrolling beat 'em up in that River City Ransom Cunyo style, you know. Controls are good, decent graphics, average soundtrack. Definitely having fun with it. Aside from the constant, unskippable cutscenes in Japanese. No doubt, it would be much more enjoyable if I could read what the hell's going on, but that's my fault for not knowing Japanese. However, I'm pretty sure if I could read it, it would still get old. Any game that forces you to watch every cutscene pisses you off. I do enjoy the different moves you can do aside from just kick and punch. There's a flying knee drop, a ground stomp, and my favorite so far is the ground and pound. This is a Super Famicom title, definitely worth the 20 bucks it costs to import it. You know, I'm surprised I don't hear about it more often. Of course, I do live in a bubble, so maybe people are talking about it all the time, and I just don't know because I don't pay attention to what other people say. I do hear people say a lot about this one. This one here is one I've been wanting for a long time. I say that often, but this one's been years back. I'm going to be critical on this game because it's one that I have heard SNES Drunk say several times is like his favorite Super Famicom game of all time. And that's saying a lot because he's reviewed like every Super Nintendo, Super Famicom title there is. So he is the go-to for that system, but that game is none other than, we get up close shot here. I don't know how to pronounce it once again, but it's that violin game. Hamlin no violin hiki. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably not it. Well, first of all, why does every Super Famicom game begin with push start in English? Then the rest of the entire game's in Japanese. I can't imagine that push start is the only thing that's the same in both languages. Right? It's just me? Right off the bat, this game is starring a violin player, so I'm thinking, phenomenal soundtrack? And I'm not disappointed. It starts off with what seems like a very powerful story, which we will skip because I don't read Japanese. The graphics are the best part of this game, and they're just above average. Truth be told, I tire of the puzzle aspects. In platformers, I want a platform. I don't want to have to keep changing forms to figure out what to do with the sidekick or what to transform into to get past the next part. Definitely don't hate this game, but it is million miles from being the best Super Nintendo game there is. Well, I definitely enjoyed it and look forward to getting more into it. I like to play video games to relax, not to get confused and pissed off. So, bringing us to the next game, this is relaxing and fun. It is, well, it's Family Feud on the Super Nintendo. For $1.99, you're getting your money worth on this one. I have a thing for Gameshow games, and sometimes I can even get the wife to play them with me. I know she'll like this one because she likes watching the show. It's got really good graphics, for sure. They stand out, and the sound is completely spot on. Its major downfall is how specific you have to be with your damn answers, and some of the answers are just unguessable. Some of the people they surveyed are probably those same morons who park right in front of the grocery store on the yellow "do not park here" fire lane lines facing the wrong way just because they had to run in for a quick couple items and then get mad at me when they catch me spitting on their windshield as they come out of the store. What's up with that? I don't know. It's weird. Cold brewed coffee sour. I don't know. Well, I got a couple Switch games here. You know, I sprinkle a little Switch in there. You know, it's basically old stuff for new games that are supposed to be like old ones. And that would be this here. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I believe it's called Agalos. It's kind of like a Wonder Boy clone. Wonder Boy's a kick-ass game. That one looks real good. Once again, haven't touched it. I probably have 10 Switch games, and the only one I've ever played yet is Octopath Traveler. Now, I have been downloading some things like ER Kung Fu, the original Punch-Out arcade, and some of that, but we'll get into that later. Second one, I'm extra excited about this. Dragon Quest Trilogy 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch. Redone graphics. I believe this is like a port of the games that were on cell phones. Some people complained about because of the screen aspect, but I love the way the graphics look. I can't wait to jump into those. 2 games left, but before we hit those up, been going down this stupid retro toy rabbit hole, okay? I got this big Ninja Turtle box that I scored at too many games, and I've been buying toys and just jamming them in it. I got a segment coming up, probably gonna call it Toy Box or something like that, but this is one of the things that's going in there. Oh, but you don't get to see it because you're gonna have to tune in for that later. Got one of these. I don't know how good this is gonna show up on here. Let me get my face out of it. These old school lip balms, right? Mom always had one of these in her purse. Metal case, slides open. Yeah. You know, I don't know. We were at a store. We went to Frankenmuth and hit up a bunch of stores, and they had this coconut. I like coconut. You know, so stuff from back in the day, right? Back in the day. 2 last games here. Only one Nintendo game of the lot, and this is, you know, going for the complete set. I'm over 500 now. This is number 513, Super Team Games. No gameplay because, yeah, it's a Power Pad game. I do have a Power Pad right over there, but there's shit all over and there's no room to plug it in. It's probably a shit game anyways. Last game. So, aside from having a thing for Gameshow games, I have even more of a thing for fishing games. And I realize most people hate fishing games. They're not usually good and people really don't care, but I like them. And I've got the camera and a microphone, so you will listen to every damn word I have to say. Or you could just click off the video now. But we got Sega Genesis TNN Outdoors Bass Tournament 96. So I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on this one because I'm sure 99% of you hate fishing games, but this is a good one. what makes this one stand out from most fishing titles is the extremely accurate fish finder. Not only is it on the overhead map view, but it's also on the casting screen, and it's 2 different little fish finders. You know, if you're into fishing games, it's a good one. Check it out. That really makes the gameplay that much better. Aside from that, it's got all the other standard fishing game elements. You know, get in the tournament, win some cash, buy new rods, reels, lures, lines, boats, faster engines, all that. Blah, blah, blah. What else I do like about this one, though, is the above average graphics and sound. You know, it was $7 complete in box. That's like a lot for a Sega Genesis fishing game, but this is a good one. I'm telling you. If you like fishing games, that's the way to go. So, thanks for tuning into my channel and listen to my ramblings. Watching me drink this terrible, moderately terrible beer. Yeah, Roke, they usually do it right, but this one, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Yeah, if you ever had this, you haven't, so don't bother. So thanks for tuning into my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, YouTube, keep it retro!